Check one, check two, check one, check two. Running the sounds. It's all change. It's all change, isn't it? When I first started doing these series of recordings, which are walks with Wolfie. Wolfie, of course, is the alter ego. But Wolfie's real, you know? That's the other thing. Wolfie's real. It was all dark when I started. It was dark and it was very cold. And now today I get to stand on the beach and it's light and it's sunny and it's warm and it's completely different. It's an absolutely different world when the sun comes out, you know that? So you might hear the sights and sounds of the beach, the sea, the footsteps. You might not. You might hear the laughs and the giggles of the girls running around, taking selfies, and why not? Why not enjoy the world? Why not appreciate yourself? Why not appreciate your friends and all the opportunities that you have? Why not? So when I started Walks with Wolfie, it was dark and it was cold. If you tuned into that, it was also very windy as well. And it can get windswept in this part of the world, don't get me wrong. And on a day when it's relatively still, actually, I'm down the west side of the town. I'm on the West Beach, and I don't usually come over here at this point in time in the evening. I'm usually on the other side of town, and it's pretty calm. I'm looking at this little bay out there, tides down, and I'm thinking, yeah, it would be nice to get out there on a paddle board or a little boat or something, and just chill. Still a cold nip in the air, as they say, and it's weather to die for at this time of year, approaching Easter weekend. And if you're wondering if there's going to be a topic to this, I don't know yet. A lot of stuff swimming through my brain, a lot of stuff meandering around my head, around my heads. Thoughts and odds. Oh, I just picked up a dog there. Dog thought that I was the master. All right. But oh, it's so nice. There's an amazing power in the sun and the sand and the sea and the surf and a sky that just looks like atmosphere, no clouds in it. Very unusual for this part of the world. In fact, there's no clouds in this direction. There's no clouds in, my God, it's like the first time ever that I can't see a cloud in the sky. Well, there you go. Observation skills 101. The sun is setting beautifully, and I'm thinking, can I walk and talk and take a picture at the same time, or am I limited in my abilities? Well, obviously I'm very limited in my abilities, because I'm me. Limited individual. I like to think that we're all limitless. Bend down and get the water and the sky and the sunset there. Low angles in the photos. Secrets to taking good pictures. The angle in the background. I'm taking a picture of the setting sun. I like to do it from a low position. trying to find a space here and not go head over heels on the seaweed. Another limitless resource of this part of the world. If you can figure out a way to do something with seaweed, you'll be fine. And there's a hell of a lot of products you can make from seaweed. Just a little bit of business advice there. All good business comes from understanding your natural environment. I say good business because you can make a lot of business from creating unnatural wants and needs by limiting supplies. Yeah, just finished a little talk about that. How limited supply and high demand is every businessman's dream. Every businessman's dream. Let's see if I can get another picture here. Let's scout down. Interesting. See how these turn out a bit later. Came down here with the kids the other night. Had fish and chips on the beach. It was a bit colder though, and a bit windier. The patterns that are left by the sea as it retreats, the patterns in the seaweed, quite awesome, quite beautiful. One more picture. There we go. Let it go, as the song says. And hopefully we'll be okay. So let walk go. Let it all go. You ever get frustrated sometimes? Do you ever get angry? Do you ever lose your mind? Not lose your mind. You just lose your cool, right? Does that happen? Why does that happen? You ever wonder why does that happen? Why do you lose your cool? I think about stuff like that because I'm just different, I suppose. I think about why I am the way I am. I think about how I act. Oh, I got to get another picture here. This place that I'm in it's just designed to have pictures taken. Designed. God's design. Thank you, God. I love you too. Yeah. So, I was thinking about something that somebody once said to me. I'm just flipping that. I want to talk about emotions and control of emotions, but I also want to just throw in something there about God, and also throw in something about getting to the beach and walking down the beach, because people are going to come home from their work or their activities, and they're going to be a bit tired, and they're going to want to get some food and just chill out and turn on the TV and put their feet up. And unless you've got a dog, which is going to get you out and about, yeah, you're probably just going to stay at home in the evening. And it's not that difficult to get out, you know, if you just make a little bit of, just put in the effort, you know. Just, and I'm saying this to myself because a number of times that I ought to have done it and I haven't done it. It's just endless, right? The number of times that I ought to have got down the beach and I've ended up doing something else. Procrastinating. I am the master procrastinator. Yep. I still get things done, but I know when I don't. Yeah, just throw an apple in your bag, bottle of water, and just go. Just go. I put in a towel as well in case I wanted to get my feet wet. Always want to get my feet wet. It's part of the fun, right? If you can't make a mess, what's the point? Told that to the kids. I want you to make as big a mess as humanly possible. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. There you go. Stop all this worry about, oh my gosh, oh, look at this place. Forget it, you know? Let the creative spirit do its thing. Take some. Can't stop taking pictures. Some kind of weird obsession that I've developed. It's the colours today. There's very much a yellow colour that's not here. There's a lot of blues and whites normally, but you don't get much yellow. However, today is a zone of kind of like a kind of spring daffodil sky and the little ripples of waves. I looked at the harbour from the flat window, and the flags were waving on the ships, and I was thinking, it's going to be a bit windy. I was wrong. Well, actually, it is a bit windy, but it's not that kind of wind that is in any sense detrimental to the air and the walk. And when the tide's retreating and the beach is all wet, it's this long flat beach, it's all wet, the whole beach becomes a mirror, and you can see the sky in it. You get these nice pictures where like the wet beach is the perfect mirror of the sky. In fact, you can't not take a nice picture here. Even if you find something ridiculously insane, like a large clump of seaweed, you can still make that look nice, right? Weaving in and out between the seaweed on the beach. Sort of part of me says, you want to take your shoes off and walk bare feet, and the part of me goes, well, it's only about 5-6 degrees. It's still pretty cold, and your feet are going to get cold, and that's going to get uncomfortable. And as usual, you'll try to do 5 things at once and get none of them right. Always better to pick one task and complete it than have 5 unfinished tasks. Another life rule. Yes. But it's true. It's true, there's lots of different rules you can apply. Find the ones that work and apply them. Discard the ones that don't and move on. So, the sun is going down like an extra 3-4 minutes later every day, which over 7 days, it's almost half an hour. So, where the sun was setting, say at about 7 o'clock last week, it's setting at 7:30 this week. Okay, wow. Just thinking out loud there. How time moves swiftly. Oh, there's this warmth. Warmth in the sun. Still need a jacket though. That's for sure. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, things that annoy me. Yeah, well maybe this goes together. There was a phrase that I heard somebody use once, which was, we love because God first loved us. It used to bother me, it used to frustrate me. Um, and there never really seemed to be any logic as to why. Okay, we have a bit of a river flowing down in front of me here. Too wide to jump across. The the path further up the beach is is further up the beach. Let's go back the way I came if I want to go that way. What do you think? There's a couple of little islands here. I could hop and skip across the islands. Okay, in times of uncertainty, ask yourself, what would the kids do? The kids would hop and skip across the islands. Okay, off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we're across. Okay, there we go. I got my feet wet, but that's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind at all. So we love because God first loved us. It always used to make me wonder if there'd be love for these people without God at all. Because there's some people who don't have a belief in a God, and yet they seem capable or able to develop some form or some kind of love. And of course, love is such a useless word in the English language, because it's a bit like using the word sky to talk about the sky. It might be sunny, it might be rainy, it might be cloudy, it might be snowy, it might be morning, it might be evening, and it doesn't really tell you much about the sky. What I'm experiencing right now is 1,000 different light colors of blue and a setting sun that is yellow going down behind the distant lighthouse over there. And so there's many different kinds of love. There's a song in there somewhere, isn't there? Different kinds of love. Yeah, it's something for Celine Dion or... Yeah, I want to talk about the different kinds of love. Also, just mentioning music, just the dire rubbish that is now pumped out commercially and entitled music is just absolutely disgraceful. I'm disappointed in the present, and there's great music out there. I'm disappointed in the present generation's ability to recognize the difference between excellence and just dire rubbish. Yeah, as you get older, you begin to understand why people harken back for the days that were when things were simpler. Yes, life was harder, but I think that we were happier in those times. Yeah. There's a Christmas song by what's her name? Leanne Reams, something, something like that. A different kind of love. It's a nice song. You should check it out. It's a slow song, but it hits the mark very well. Yeah, different kind of love. All these different types of love. Obviously, you've got boyfriend, girlfriend, father, mother, parent, child, child, parent, child to child. I say brother, sister. Within family, outside of family. You got a love for your colleagues, and respect for them, and so we've got all these different kinds of love. We don't seem to be very good at analyzing them and understanding them. There's also good love and bad love. Simplify it so that everybody understands it. To simplify it, good love is virtuous, obviously. But a good love sets you free. Set me free. Casting crowns. I got to. Ah! There's dogs all over the place. Yeah. The good love sets you free. And I feel the wind running down the back of my neck. Let me just stick my hat on, see if that covers it up a bit. That's a bit better, right? Yeah, love that ties you to people or a place, love that binds you to things, love that attaches you to things, maybe even love that attaches itself to you is dangerous. The love that you can't shake when you need to shake it off. Sometimes you need to shake things off. The love, right? And we all know that love is the answer. The virtuous love is the answer. We all know that if we can learn to love, then we can learn to let go of all the other things. So it's Easter weekend coming up, and you think about whatever it is you think about. Easter is not about bunny rabbits and chocolate. It's about the crucifixion of Jesus Christ and the fact that he arose after 3 days, much to the surprise of his disciples, who, in their distraught state, had appeared to have forgotten his prophecy. However, his enemies didn't. Memory is a funny thing, isn't it? It's funny what's going to cause you to memorize whatever. Fear. It was fear. Fear is a bad love. Fear is the motivation that will destroy you, cause you to crumble, eat you from the inside out. Yeah. Wow. I'm just walking down towards where the little waves are lapping up the beach and looking out towards the rocks, and I think there's a little ship out there, and beyond that, distant hills on the other side of the firth. There's a man somewhere over there in those hills. There are many men, but there's a man over there who's doing God's work. He's doing a great job. One day I'll tell you about him. It's all interesting, isn't it? How all the pieces of the puzzle fit together. Have you ever had something terrible happen and actually been able to transform it into something good? It's an art. It's a skill. Pride. Oh, wait a minute. I've just reached another river here. It's a bit bigger than the previous one. I'm looking for a way across. Let's see. No stepping stones there. If I go further down, sometimes if you go further down towards the actual sea, things spread out a bit. And no, it's deeper. Okay. Yeah, have you ever had something terrible happen and you've been able to transform it into something good? You know, let's say you had an accident and broke your arm, and I don't know, as a result, develop some kind of friendship with somebody somewhere, or put you in a different place, different way of thinking. That's that's an art. They don't teach. They don't. Nobody teaches you about these things in school. They don't teach you about what the great skills really are. They teach you to read their method. They teach you to write their way. They teach you to speak their language. Yes, but we need to be able to communicate with each other. Yeah, I'm not against that, right? I'm not against that, but your own inability to recognize your own failings, your own inability to recognize your own inabilities, your own inability to recognize the future that you can't see, which is a future that... Yeah, I was reading about this computer program that some governments use, which has some kind of predictability settings that allow you to gauge how successful any particular course of action will be. Interesting. Shame they can't share it with everybody, isn't it? Got to keep it to themselves. Knowledge is power. Got your books? Go read them. Just remember, for some, ignorance is freedom. Yeah. What was I talking about? No idea. I just love I love the patterns in the sand, like tree roots, little paths, little channels cut by the water. Really nice. Really nice. Sometimes there's a smell down here on the beach. Can't quite place what it is. I don't even know how to describe it. That's not very good, is it? There's something somewhere, but I don't know what it is and where it is. Oh, can you get it for me? What? What are you talking about? Challenges. The things they don't teach you. So much they don't teach you. A lot of teachers are limited by their own inability to see their own limitations. So many people are... I had this conversation with my solicitor the other day. So many people are so absolutely certain that what they're doing is the right thing. It's the right thing, I tell you. There's no other way to go about it. It's the only way to go. It's just the right thing to do. Really? Are you sure? You can't see everything that's going to happen. You don't know. And more than that, you don't know what you don't know. Right? The people so certain, so convinced, this is definitely the right way. I'll tell you what, people got me confused. I don't pretend to have any answers. I've got a lot of ideas. There's always some level of collateral damage. That's what bothers me. People don't see the damage done. You see the needle and the damage done. A little part of it in everyone. Oh, the damage done. Oh yeah. Love these rocks down here by the sea. Is the sea loud? Can you hear it? I don't know if you can be able to hear it back on the podcast. It might be louder than me. You might just... I I might sound like a distant echo, and all you'll get is like, oh, whatever. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm always thinking about how to create and be creative. Always thinking about content. I like that word, content. There's a double meaning. We've got the content, the material element, that which exists. And then we've got the adjective to be content, meaning to be happy. I wonder if the right content makes you happy. Or perhaps it's all just an accident. I could walk forever down this beach this evening. I just walk and keep walking, and eventually it would be very dark and very cold, and I'd have to turn and come back. It's nice to jog. Feel the energy. There is energy here. There's energy here. There's a part of me that would just like to walk straight out into the sea right now. I'd just like to just walk straight in. And where are those damn dolphins, eh? You want to tell me where are those dolphins, huh? Aren't they supposed to be around here somewhere? Dude. Out there having fun, no doubt. Enjoying themselves. And why not? And why not? So back to all these different kinds of love. Well, maybe back to all these different kinds of love. I gotta snap another few pictures. The setting sun and the reflection on the beach is just, I don't know what that was. Did you get that? My phone decided to tell me it had no SIM card installed. That was weird. Okay. All I wanted to do was take a picture. Those things bother me. I'm like, trying to get it all right. And then suddenly it goes wrong. It's his life. Nothing more, nothing less. Love is the best. For sure, for sure. All right. Well, maybe that'll come through. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Maybe it doesn't matter. This just... I don't know. I'm in awe of the sun and the sunset. I'm in awe of the sound of the sea. I'm running away from the waves that are crashing and coming up the beach. And wow, it's all amazing. Different kinds of love. So I'm in love with the sun, in love with the sea. I'm in love with Wolfie. It's you and me and all other people. People never get taught about the different kinds of love. There's a book in that. There's definitely a book in that where you split the book in half. The thing is, there's actually more kinds of good love than there is bad love. How do you know that? Well, it's just sort of a general observation. People do more good than bad in general. Take that as an observational point. And then there's all these virtues. The negative elements are limited. Negativity never tends to reinvent itself. Bad love is not creative. Bad love does not attempt to find solutions. It attempts to create chaos and disorder and disunity and throw you into upside down land and backwards world and all the other places where you can't think straight because you spend all your time bending to get around the rules that are laid out for you to follow. Because we can't leave you to make up rules for yourself. Oh my God, no, if there were no lines, everybody would be driving down the middle of the road. Follow the arrows, keep to the left. Don't get too close. Right. That's all the good stuff, you know? Proximity to people. All the good stuff. I went for a bit of a... I could just walk forever, actually. But I can't. I've got things to do. Things for me. Things for you. I've already been for a long jog today. So I suppose I should head back the way. Even though there's nothing except absolute beauty in front of me. The sea, the rocks, the sky. Da, 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 da. That was a weird kind of melody, wasn't it? It's just like somebody walking. The sun is getting really low and it's reflecting on the beach, and somebody just like walked into the reflection of the sun and disappeared. That's cool. That's very nice. So many good things. Right, I will navigate my way across the waters of the beach, head back up and then walk back along. I'll be walking with my back to the sun, but that's all right. That's all right. It's got to beat being at home. It's got to beat being stuck inside. It's got to be watching the fucking television, having your mind drained, having the life sucked out of you, watching other people do stuff. I just vision of going into everybody's home, smashing up their TV and dragging them outside and saying, come on, let's go for a walk. You'll like it. You'll enjoy it. It'll be fun. But you can't do that, can you? You've got to let people... You know, they say you got to let people come to their own decisions about stuff. Well, why the hell do you throw them into school before they know what's right about stuff? You know? Oh no, because they wouldn't learn otherwise. But then you're not letting them come to their own decisions about stuff, are you? That doesn't make any sense. No, we're just random people doing random things, following random rules. It's all arbitrary. Don't worry. It's just us and the world. Alien lands, gets out of a spaceship, takes a look around, thinks, fuck this, these people are crazy. I'm off. Let's go and have fun somewhere. Yay. Leave the kids alone, you know. Comes back to the same thing. Kids are fine, it's the adults that are screwed up. Right? Imposing their ideologies and wills on the children. Got to get them into church when they're young. Oh, wow. What an amazing sunset. I just can't help looking over my shoulder at things that are beautiful. Doo-doo. Just can't help searching for all those beautiful things. Pictures didn't turn out too good, but not to worry. It's a good half an hour walk back to the car now. A walk. It's one of the finest things that you can do to stay healthy. I could do with a bit of jazz music right now. Bit of freestyle. Just don't know how that would fit in with the sounds of the beach. There's never that many musicians down here. You'd think there'd be people busking or something, as this is where the people are. You'd think they want to go where the people go. It's an odd place, this, where you'd think that there would be a centre of town and that would be where everybody was sort of attracted, but people tend to gravitate towards the beach. And why not? There's a billion worse things you can do than walk along a beach on a nice evening, that's for sure. Get outside. Just get outside, people. So where are we in our philosophical jaunt? Don't know. Something to do with walking, I suppose. Something to do with trying to stay healthy. Something to do with the mind and body connection. All right, the mind and body connection. And the love. What's that song, that pop song that popped into my head the other day? Pop. What do they call it? Pop, because it pops into your head. No, it's because it's popular. Yeah, you can make anything popular. You can make wearing a sock on your head and painting your face green popular if you want. You can make anything popular. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Oh no. Good song. Good question. Good question. Definitely need to be able to recognize the different kinds of love that exist. To know what is virtuous and what is not. To know the decision to move forward is a good one. Are you doing it for the right reasons? What are the reasons? Did you ever ask yourself that? What are the reasons? What are the motivations? It's a great solicitor's question. What's the motivation here? Yeah, why? Why is this happening? People love to ask that. Why me? What's happening to me? Leap over the stream. Dun dun dun. Check back at the sunset. Lovely, Listen to the birds chirping away. Chirpity chirp chirp. Wonder if the shop's open. I'll pick up some stuff on the way back. Yeah. Love. Who taught you about love, right? Who taught you what was good love and what was bad love? Who taught you? Yeah. Did they teach you the truth? Did they teach you in the right way? Was the information valuable? Was it invaluable? What do you think? Did you learn well? Did you? What were the vital lessons? When did you realize that it wasn't what you thought it was? When did the love die? Where did it go? Will time give us the answers? Wow. This is a sunset to not forget. For sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. And that was me thinking earlier, oh, maybe I'll just stay in the flat. Fool! Fool! You want to get out there and experience. You want to have the full experience. I was doing some chin-ups in the park earlier. Not many, because I can't do many. This kid says, "You're strong." And I'm thinking, if only you knew, I'm not. If only you knew. I said you could probably do it. Oh, no, don't think so. I said, well, you could sure run faster than me. That's for sure. Bet you go like a rocket. And I'd just be like stumbling along. As you do when you get older. You stumble forward. You fall forward. You do everything to keep your momentum going in the right direction. Because you have to. Because there's no choice. There's no choice at all. Lessons in love. That's something from the 80s, isn't it? Level 42, maybe. I wonder what that was about. I wonder why I would level 42. Anyway, life is levels, right? Levels and lessons. But you gotta teach yourself at the end of the day. You've got to ultimately, or real learning comes ultimately from the ability to reject information. Acceptance itself is confusing because real learning is complicated. It does require some level of rejection of information. As science accepts and rejects things. So must we. So must we. If you don't have the freedom to say no, then you don't have any freedom at all. You want to see where the power lies? Look who you can't criticize. Oh yeah, there's a lot of things to realize. A lot, a lot, a lot. I like the, I always liked that Dracula film. Not the film, I like the cover for the film, the advertisement where I can't remember which actors were in it. I just remember that it had a picture of Dracula on the front, and of course it said, "Under that true love never dies." I wonder if that's true. I wonder if true love never dies. What do you think? If it dies, is it that it just wasn't meant to be? Or is it that people gave up and didn't try hard enough? There's a lot of expectation in the modern world. That some things are going to come more easily. It doesn't come more easily at all. Every solution creates a new problem. Everyone. Even the good ones. Even the good ones. So I hope you enjoyed this ramble with a little bit of an interruption from Google somewhere in the middle there. But then it might be comforting to know that someone's always listening. Might be. I don't know. As I said earlier, there's no ultimate plan to this. Does there need to be? Does everything need to be planned and timetabled and scheduled? And no, because the great moments are within those elements. You might plan to bring people together, but you don't know what the sparks are really going to set off. The cup final match is played between two good teams, but you don't know exactly at which second someone's going to score. That's the beauty of the sport. When all can be predicted, everything is dead. Yep. Oh yeah. It's a lovely evening. Just lovely. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, it's me and Wolfie saying thank you for tuning in. Have a good one. Or an even better one. Ta-ta for now.